podcast, 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 Will It Be Podcast, Will It Be Podcast, Will It Be Podcast, Will It Be Podcast, yeah! Yo, this is your boy Willie P from the Willie P Podcast, talking all things art, all things music. Hope you enjoy.
Well, yeah, man. Welcome to the Willie P Podcast. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, no worries. Thanks for having me.
Oh, good.
Nice to see you. It's been a while.
Oh, I know. Shit, it's been like since Collards, I think. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, because I remember we did a couple of gigs together. But anyway, nice to see you.
Yeah, in Bendigo. Oh, good times.
Yeah, at that we played at the jail.
Yeah. Oh shit, that was so sick. Yeah. Oh man, it's been a hot minute. Well, yeah. Tell us a little about your band.
So Nationwide pretty much started out as our solo project, and it kind of developed into more than that with the other members. Like, we kind of relaunched it in like 2018, and we started recording drums and started like recording these singles like Violence of Our Time, which come out in July. We started recording drums for that like in 2018 or something.
Yeah, shit.
Actually, maybe it was 2019. Sorry. Like January 2019, and yeah, we just slowly pieced them together because I guess you try and figure out how you're meant to do all this by yourself, just like anyone. Like, I'm sure you've tried to figure out how to record yourself and then do all that.
Yeah, that's cool. Because I was gonna say, like, did you pretty much have everything like recorded before, because it was a solo project, like before the band came in, or was like when the band came, that's when like all the recording kind of came about?
No, pretty much it was like I'd kind of do all the instruments and I'd have like MIDI drum tracks, and then
Yep.
it just sounded rubbish. It really did. It sounded horrible. And then
no, I've worked with
we did this one. Yeah. We did this one track at Lad Studios in Bendigo where Rory came in and played drums on the track, and it sounded amazing. So
yeah. No, that's
collaborating with
awesome.
those guys is great. Yeah,
that's cool. When you guys were like, because when you got the full band in and stuff, did you guys have a pretty specific thing of like, okay, this is what like this is gonna sound like, or was everyone kind of like, I don't know, had their own tastes on it and stuff? Like, yeah.
I mean, we all kind of have our own individual spices and flavors, but I guess the songs were written by me thus far. And then I kind of like showed it to them, and they maybe added a thing here or two that was just like made it sound better and with their style, which is amazing. So I love playing with those guys.
Yeah, that's cool. Is everyone into like similar stuff, or like?
No, we're
like
I mean, yeah, it's weird, hey, because like Rory the drummer listens to he shall be known as Rory the drummer.
Yeah.
He listens to like some really wacky stuff, and he sends me like links and that, and some of it's really cool. So
yeah.
Patrick listens to like jazz, like a lot of jazz, like Snarky Puppy fan.
Yes.
And Brad's more like indie kind of pop rock maybe.
Yeah.
Like Bob Dylan sort of thing.
Oh really? That's awesome.
So it's a bit of an eclectic sort of array of influences.
Yeah, that's sick. Has COVID like fucked you guys around a bit with like being able to, I suppose playing gigs is the obvious one, but like are you guys still able to kind of make stuff and send stuff to each other, or is it kind of like a bit hard?
Yeah, at the moment we're I mean, we're fucked over by COVID like everyone, hey, but like we were rehearsing in Richmond at Bakehouse Studios. Have you been there?
No, is that where you guys did the recording with Gus? Is that right?
No, that was at Newmarket Studios, but Bakehouse Studios is where we've been rehearsing. It's like this massive, awesome, like so many rooms. It's sweet. Honestly, you should get there. So that got called off because they had to close down, obviously, because we weren't allowed to have many meetings.
Yeah.
And then at the moment, like we've just been like, I've been recording heaps of demos and sending it to Rory and sending it to the other guys, and Brad's been sending some tracks and that, and we're all just kind of working out where we're going to go from here because we've got some stuff lined up.
Yep. Yeah, sick. Oh, dude, yeah, keen to hear it because you guys are doing some like sick shit. Like, wow, was it? Yeah, you guys were on like a radio station I saw. I forgot what the country was. Like that was cool. How did that all come about? Like, was it just kind of a random thing?
Yeah.
Or like, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't kind of anticipate that. That was like, we just got contacted by a radio station in Uruguay.
Yeah.
They liked our stuff, and they're doing like an Aussie rock special or something.
That's sick.
And then they'll put us on the same sort of thing as some of the bands that we really like. So it was flattering to say the least.
Yeah, that's
then we had another one in Mexico. They didn't contact us, so we only found out because they tagged us in it.
Yeah.
Nice. And I had to listen to it, but I couldn't understand it because it's in Spanish. So
yeah.
I'm hoping they said lovely things. I'm hoping they said things ever so lovely.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Because where did it all start? Like, because were you obviously making like songs in high school, and then it sort of just went from there, or like, yeah, when did, like, I guess the Nation Wild stuff, like when did that kind of all sort of come about?
Yeah, so I just had these songs, and Nation Wild pretty much started when I started recording music.
Yeah.
Because then I could like pursue writing my own material, because until then it was like focus more on playing in like cover bands and things like that. So I guess, yeah, Nation Wild kind of come about recording by myself, and then I kind of just sprung into this with the other guys, and they're on the songs, and yeah,
that's awesome. Did you start playing guitar like kind of around the same time, or was like a bit like, like cover stuff for like a while?
Yeah, see, I don't know if other schools did this, but when I was in prep, we had like guitar lessons from our teacher.
Oh shit, nice. That's sick. That's mad.
Yeah, it was cool. So we learned like, I remember learning maybe like Bad Moon Rising by Creedence, Clearwater Revival, maybe that. And then I just kind of gave it up until like grade like 5, I think, and then just started playing again.
Yeah, sick. Oh,
cool. My brother's friend came around to the house, and he was playing guitar. I was like, sick. I'm going to like it. I know some of those chords.
Yeah, that's awesome. And was high school like where you kind of started listening to more like rock stuff, or like were you always since prep a rock kid?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, there was always like, we had this live AC/DC album. Oh, that was always played around the house, and the Beatles. I was massive into Beatles, but the rock and roll thing, I always just loved it. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, I heard Jumping Jack Flash by the Rolling Stones before I knew who the Rolling Stones were, and I was just like, this is so badass. Like, I didn't even see a picture of them or anything. I was just like, this is so like raw and rock and roll. That's just kind of got me.
Yeah, that's dope. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, no.
Do you have anything like that? Because I mean, I've heard your stuff. You're like into punk and that. Did you have like one of those moments when you're just like, heard a punk track and you're like, this is it?
Yeah, I think it was Wolfmother, actually. I don't know if you ever listened to Wolfmother.
Oh, heck yeah.
I think I got this like little MP3 when I was a kid. My parents got me, and it was like 2 gigabytes. And all it had on it was like Green Day, Wolfmother, and I think like Nickelback. And so, so I just listened to the shit out of like all those bands. Obviously, I loved AC/DC at the time too, and all that stuff. But like, yeah, Wolfmother was like definitely a big thing.
I mean, Wolfmother was massive for me as well. So there we go.
Yeah. Oh shit. Nice. Yeah.
I wouldn't be playing an SG if I didn't see Andrew Stockdale playing it. Like,
oh yeah, he's so, I like his hair. It's so dope.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's awesome.
Cat.
Definitely.
Oh,
and also like, I think like with, like, I don't know if with you, but like, as good as the songs are of like the Wolfmother stuff, it's also just like, I mean, for me, it was so inspiring seeing an Australian rock artist in like a modern sort of time go massive. It was kind of just like,
Yeah,
maybe I can do this as well.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like that's so true. And that was the same with I don't know if you listen to like Violent Soho. They're like no like grungy band. It was kind of the same thing. I think they're from the Gold Coast, and they got really big in Australia. And they're not so big overseas. But I was like, oh fuck, like this is really cool. But yeah, I know what you mean. Like I love it. It's very cool to see like rock artists in Australia get really big.
Yeah,
and you guys might be the next one. I mean, you're getting there.
Oh, I mean, that'd be amazing. We're trying, Will. We're doing our best.
Hey, man, you're on the Willie P podcast, so you've made it.
I've done it. I can retire next Wednesday now.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. Because did you come from a musical family at all? Like, where did the AC/DC and the Rolling Stones and all that come from?
I'm going to say no to the musical family thing, but I think Dad was like a music lover of like, I guess he grew up at the time of those bands, so he kind of got me into those, I guess. Not like, Sean, sit down and listen to this.
Yeah.
But it was like, it was just kind of always around. And when iTunes first come out, there was just like some music on there. God knows where it come from. But there was like, I think it was just Dad's CD collection got uploaded, and then you kind of just clicking through it and start listening to some ripper tracks.
Yeah, that's sick. That's sick. Did you get, because I mean, you got lessons in prep and stuff, but did you get lessons in high school and stuff? Like, how did you become a freak? Like, how did you learn to shred?
Dude, I started just kind of learning bit by ear and that, and reading music isn't my thing. It bores me. So yeah, just like a complete obsession with playing. I started playing, maybe this helps. Maybe I started playing like Tommy Emmanuel songs when I was like grade 5 and 6. I just dug straight into that. So maybe that like wired my brain up to be able to understand guitar in an advanced way, maybe.
Yeah, like that's cool. Oh, no, that's cool. Because did you, when you first started like the Nationwide project, like, because I know your new song, like "Sign of the Times," is that? Because what does that mean?
I think you'll find, Will. I think you'll find, Will, that "Sign of the Times" is a Harry Styles song.
Oh shit! What's your?
It's Violence of Our Time.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Oh shit.
That's close enough. We'll fix that in post, will we?
Yeah.
Yeah, Violence of Our Time. I was kind of like just really frustrated with because again, like I wrote this like 2018, I think. And I was just frustrated with the youth not really getting angry at issues like that are affecting them, like climate change, for instance. That was a big one. It was just so frustrating. And this was before like the climate marches and that. So when that happened, and like it was just like, oh, this is amazing. So I just felt better. I mean, yeah. So I guess the song's about that.
That's cool. Did you have a is your most of your sound kind of like based off that? Like I guess being kind of angry at the like the times and like what's going on and stuff, or like is there all your songs like kind of got a pretty different meaning?
Yeah, the meaning varies. I think some of my songs, like a majority of my songs, are just different ways to tell people to fuck off. But like, yeah, and then some of them are just like completely different. But I think the thing that gives it unity is like the attitude. Maybe you can kind of hear that in the tracks.
Yep. No, that's
so
awesome.
We've got like tracks coming out that are like, you know, like got country vibes and like all these different vibes. And the thing that kind of ties it together is just like the attitude towards it, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, that's cool shit. Did you, when you first started, what was your like idea when you first started writing songs? Like, was it, what were you writing about?
Yeah, well, again though, even though like when I was, just starting playing guitar, even playing covers, I was still like writing music, not with the intention to like finish any songs or anything. It was just so pleasing to like write something, like like
make a riff.
Oh yeah, it's just so fun. Then it's like, that's yours now. Like I can play this. This is my thing, and I can show it off to people.
Yeah.
And then see how they react.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess cool. the idea of just writing anything's just kind of captivated me.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like getting in a room with someone, like I don't know. I guess this is how every band sort of writes everything. But like when you like come up with something with like a group of mates in a room, like it feels so good. It's awesome.
It feels amazing.
Yeah,
I remember the first time that happened. I was in this school band and we were covering "Sweet Child of Mine," and it was it was our first rehearsal ever, and the first time I've ever played with like a band or anything. And I started playing the riff, and then the bass started and the drums come in, and me and the drummer Matt, we couldn't stop smiling. Like it was just it was like the biggest high, and I guess like I've been chasing it ever since, Will.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Oh yeah, man. Shit, I'm trying to think of the first time, because Luke and I, Luke's the lead singer of Lazy Lips, everyone. Link below. I think we started this, like, it wasn't intentional, but we both like really loved the White Stripes, and we played like, I think we were like 14. We played like White Stripes covers, but I don't think Luke sung yet. Like I think we were like playing White Stripes songs with no vocals and just like riffing off. It was like, this is sick. Like, who needs a singer? Like, we're done. Like, it's fun.
Just doing this for fun.
Yeah.
So was it the first time like you were in a band or played with another person? Was that with Luke and Lazy Lips, or was there ones predating that?
Yeah, we both started this band because we both went to separate schools. I think our first band was in year 9, and we were called The Patients. And it was like such a big mishmash. Like I think like Luke was like really into like metal and stuff at the time, and then all the other guys in the band were like into like a lot of indie stuff, and like it was like a real mishmash. And then I think then we wrote like Free Spirit, or Luke wrote Free Spirit, and then I think it was like year 10, 11, and then it all kind of like sort of went off from there. But like originally it was weird. Like we just kind of did it because we were bored. Like it was weird. Like, you know, people like, hey, come over and play some Xbox. It was like, hey, like come over and like let's just like play some riffs, I guess. Was that like for you as well? Like I guess in the early days, like just as like a fun thing, or were you like a bit more like structured when you first started?
Oh, we kind of just wanted to start a band. Just everything was appealing about starting a band. So
kind of the coolest shit you can do.
Yeah, it is, by all means. Like everyone wants to do what we're doing.
Yeah.
But I remember having an acoustic guitar. That was like the only guitar I owned, and my friend Matt, I like conned him into getting a drum kit. And then he got a drum kit, and we were just jamming out, just like at his place in his bedroom, just like an acoustic guitar and an acoustic drum kit, just like just going nuts. Yeah. Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man, that's cool. Well, what was your first guitar?
It would have been that Fender acoustic, because my brother was the one that started playing guitar first. Yeah. And so he had like a cheap classical one. So I kind of just was mucking around on that until one Christmas. Guess what Santa rocked up with?
Oh shit!
A Fender acoustic guitar.
Oh, damn. So when did the electric distort? Did you like distort the acoustic? Like, was it electric acoustic or did like the?
Yeah, it was electric acoustic, but I was just like enamored by Tommy Manuel at the time, so like the finger picking acoustic stuff. So I just couldn't get enough of that. But yeah, I experimented with like distorting stuff and getting things loud and angry.
It's so good. Fuck yeah, man. Oh yeah, distorting guitars, so sick. No, that's dope. Do you get inspired when you're writing by like visuals and stuff? I notice you have like a lot of cool artwork like to go with your sound, but like is visuals like quite an important thing for you guys?
I mean, visuals is kind of frustrating, I think, a bit in music. Like you kind of just like, especially like it's 2020, you have to do everything yourself, so you have to think about all these things, which is frustrating. Like, I mean, I'm trying to think, like the style of the covers we've been going for is kind of tongue-in-cheek, and I don't know where that come from. Maybe it's like I was thinking about this the other day, remembering when I was a kid watching Looney Tunes, and like they have like the orchestral music, like it's just amazing. That I can only imagine that had a positive role played a.
Yeah.
Awesome. But yeah, also like just the wackiness of it. Like actually, that photo of me with the cigar and like the TNT boxes, that was like I sent the photographer a photo of Wile E. Coyote doing that thing, like
shit.
like lighting a match with the boxes. So that was like inspiration.
Yeah, that's sick. That's sick. Oh, that's mad. Yeah, because like I mean, yeah, I was trying to like think with like laser stuff as well. Like we didn't really, I don't know. I guess we've gone through like a lot of phases of like I think like last year we were like really into like wearing like, what do you call it? Nail polish and stuff, like black nail polish, and then we kind of like stopped that, and we're like, oh, let's go like really dark, and then we're like, I don't know, it's just like so many different like things. It's kind of like whatever we're into at the time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's a predication of being an artist, though, isn't it? You're just like,
yeah.
Some days you're into something, and some days you're not. So it's like that's why, like you asked before about like, writing about the same thing. It's like it's hard to write about the same thing when you're just a conveyor of different emotions, really.
Yeah. Like, respect to like bands like AC.
But maybe I should get into nail polish.
Yeah, do it, man. It's cool. Oh man, I was all about the black nail polish for a while. Like it was sick.
Yeah, it's cool.
You're a pretty hip guy. Where do you get your fashion stuff from? Or like, yeah, where do you get the vibe for your fashion?
Yeah, I don't know. I've kind of just always liked fashion. I remember when I was about eight or nine, designing my own shoes.
Oh shit, that's cool as.
I just loved fashion. So inspiration wise, probably, whatever I like really. If it's something I like, I'll just wear it.
Yeah.
And I guess like everyone wants to do that, but I myself included, the anxiety of like, oh, should I wear it or not? It looks different to what other people are wearing. But
yeah.
It's freeing to wear whatever you want.
Yeah, 100%. Wait, because when did you start wearing like I guess the stuff you're wearing now? Like, does it change a lot? Like, I guess from like high school or whatever. Like, are you kind of got a completely different style now, or like, yeah.
Well, year 11 and 12, I went to Bendigo Senior, so that was a no uniform school. So you kind of wear whatever you want, and then it kind of just exploded from there. It's like you've got an excuse to like buy more clothes.
Yeah,
like,
that's sick.
Wear what you want.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, but I made a decision. I was like, this is rubbish. Why am I like, these are the clothes I want to wear. Why am I just like wearing clothes I don't want to wear? I'm just going to go all out and wear these. So,
what
walking the dog with leather pants.
What everyone was like into, and you were like, nah.
I'm not going to lie. I fucking can't stand those pants. Those that motorbike looking pants with the cuffs?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I feel bad if you have them, but they drive me up the wall.
No. Yeah, no, I can see that. I was never a big fan of like, I don't mind them now, but like Vans and stuff. I went through a phase in high school. I was like, oh, Vans are okay, but like now I'm just like, like, I don't know. I just want to wear like boots or like high tops or something.
Definitely, boots are sick.
Yeah, boots are so sick.
They're convenient as well. You don't have to do the laces. How about that?
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I don't know about you, but I always thought trends were for idiots, pretty much, because like, it's just like, wear this. No.
Yeah,
I'm not wearing that.
Exactly. And it's like, I feel like there's some clothes too that's just like I feel like leather jackets are never going to go out of fashion.
Yeah, definitely.
Not that, I mean, there's that whole thing like, be yourself and wear your own thing, which I totally agree with. But it's like, I feel like it's just like, if you didn't really care too much, I feel like there's a few basic things. Like you could just get like a leather jacket, because that's never going to go out of fashion. Maybe some like boots. I don't know. That's just me. But
no, definitely. That's also another major part. What you just said there. Like it doesn't go out of fashion. Like if you're not following the trend, it's never going to go out of fashion.
Exactly. Yeah. And
Brilliant.
you're gonna like look back and cringe.
Yeah. You're gonna go, that's exactly what I wanted to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 100%. because you're correct me if I'm wrong, but you're a big Led Zeppelin and Jimi Hendrix fan. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, love Hendrix and Zeppelin.
Because I got a couple of really hard questions for you.
Go for
One,
it.
who's your favorite Jimmy? And two, which guitar would you prefer, the Les Paul or the Fender?
Oh, why you do this to me, Will?
Do you want some time to think about it?
Yeah,
Ad break.
We'll put in some thinking music.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I got into Jimi Hendrix first.
Okay.
In fact, that was like the first album I remember buying. I think, like
Oh, really?
I reckon, yeah, the first album that I bought with all my money was like Valleys of Neptune by Jimi Hendrix. I was like
Shit.
10, maybe.
Yeah.
And it's like, as it came out.
You're a very cool 10-year-old.
Yeah, so it was a bit of a weird decision, but it was amazing. So yeah, massively into Hendrix, and I kind of guess maybe some of the attitude come from that, because he just didn't care, did he? He just like he had there's this quote he did. It was like he hears people like copying him, and they don't realize they're copying his mistakes or something. It's just like, oh, that's brilliant. He's just like going for it. So
yeah, there's definitely like a thing for that too. Like I feel like I never really thought about it before, like, oh, what you listen to and then what you make, like a kind of separate, but like it really is like, even when I'm making like a bit of a solo record in lockdown at the moment, and I was like, oh shit, like I'll be listening to like, I don't know, shoegaze one day, and then like another day I'll be like listening to like, I don't know, like punk rock or something, and it's like really like when you go to make stuff, like it's so weird how like it really depends on what vibe you're in.
Yeah, like it kind of, what you hear just kind of gets mixed up in a cauldron and then just comes out in whatever which way it wants to for that day.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. Is it hard for you, like, because with Nationwide, like, do you try and like stick to one thing, and then like, is it hard for you, like when you like obviously listen to other stuff, to like go back to that, or like are you just like, fuck it, like I'll just write whatever I'm feeling and then we'll make it Nationwide because it's like it's
pretty much
anyway.
Yeah, that's kind of where the idea of the solo thing come about, because it was like, if it's coming from me, then it's definitely my style. It's like, don't say it's not Nationwide style, because it doesn't sound like Nationwide. It sounds like Nationwide because it is Nationwide. So yeah, I mean, tell us about your solo record. I didn't know that. I didn't know you were working on it.
I haven't really advertised it much. I was gonna kind of wait till it's all finished and stuff, but I'm making, I guess it's kind of like a rock record. I mean, yeah, I feel like it's like just kind of a pretty straightforward rock thing. Yeah, it's not really about anything in particular. It's just kind of, I'm trying to think of like some influences. I love, I don't know if you listen to Slaves. They were like a big thing. I don't know them. They're like a two-piece thing from England. Very cool. I'll send link in the description, everyone. I'll send you a link.
Okay.
They're very cool.
Awesome.
But yeah, like, yeah, it was cool. It was hard for me for a long time, because I was like, even at the start of the year, I was kind of started making stuff, and I was like, oh, I really love like electronic music. And then I went through a phase where I was like, oh, I'd love to like make like music for movies, and I made all this different stuff. And then like week by week, I'd be like, oh, I really like this vibe. And then I really like this vibe. And then, but like at the start of lockdown, I was like, all right, like I'm going to stick to this fucking like rock thing and not do anything else until I'm fucking finished.
Yeah.
So,
it's like something more attractive comes along and you want to start that project, and you keep just like going from one to the other.
Yeah. But it's really cool. Like with you guys, like you just kind of make whatever you're feeling. I feel like that. I mean, your sound like seems very like varied. You can do that, which is cool.
Yeah, well, it's fun to be able to have set us up in that way so we can do that. But it's also hard trying to market us to people, because it's like, like if you're like a purely like punk band or something, you can market yourself really easy to like punk fans. But I guess when it's like you're creating a different thing every song, it's like, it's really
yeah.
I didn't even think about it, but yeah, it's pretty hard to get the right people to listen to it.
Yeah, because one of my questions too is like, would you ever start something else? Like, is there any other, I guess, creative itches that you want to feed that aren't really Nationwide that you'd kind of want to do later on in the future, as well as Nationwide?
Maybe like I think Nationwide will always be like the main thing, but I'd love to maybe start I was thinking about this. Maybe start like a band with like already established members in other bands and
super group.
kind of make it. Yeah, I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say super group because it was like a bit wanky.
It's a super group.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be sweet. And maybe, do something different in that. Maybe just play guitar or just sing or something. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, that's sick.
I guess before Brad joined the band, we were going to start another thing. And then I was just like, because we didn't have a bass player, Pat played the key bass like with his left hand on like a keys. Yeah. But then we were going to start something new. I was going to start something with Brad, but then I was just like, hey, why don't you just join Nation Wild? So the best of both worlds.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's sick.
Have you got any release date or anything sorted for this, or is it just in its conceptual stage?
No.
Are you doing all the instruments on it?
Yeah, I'm doing everything myself.
Okay.
I'm kind of like recording demos, and then I just started a full-time job, so I'm like saving up to get like recording time. And,
awesome.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit daunting because it's like I messaged I don't know if you know Sing Studios. I was like, oh, so like how much does it like costs and stuff? And like it's not too bad. Like it's quite like reasonable. I think it was like 700 or like 1,000 a day or something like that. But I was like, oh fuck, like I really better like know my shit, huh?
Yeah, because
especially I'm doing like all the instruments, like
yeah, like that's another thing. When we first started recording drums, we're just you need to know your stuff, and we kind of went in a little bit unprepared, and it turned out like the drum sessions took like 3 or 4 days or something.
Shit,
just to get the drum.
Yeah, it's hard, man. Yeah, I know. I get you.
How did you manage to get a full-time job in this current climate?
Good question. I've had 5 jobs in the past year, and they all kind of like because you know how we had that like section like between lockdowns.
Yeah.
I was working at JPJ, which is like an audio company. At the start of the year, they do like stuff for like festival hall and that kind of stuff.
Oh,
and,
cool.
Like, a lot of
is that like live sound?
Yeah. It's actually funny. We were about to do Download Festival. I think it was 2 weeks before Download, and we were like gearing up for it. And I was like, oh, sick! Like I might actually like get to go to like Download and like work and like build stuff, and it was like fucking sick. And then we found out the news. I was like, damn it.
Yeah. Was that My Chemical Romance headlining that?
Yeah, man.
Right.
I think Deftones were on that as well. But I was like super psyched for it. And then I didn't like lose a job, but they were just kind of like, look, like all gigs are off for like the rest of the year. So I was like,
painful.
So I'll probably go back and work for them next year. But and then I had like a dishy job, which was kind of shit. So I wasn't like too mad like when I didn't do that anymore.
So can I ask what it is? Is a dishy job just washing dishes?
Correct. Yeah, man.
Oh,
you got it.
I deduced that. Nothing gets past me, the social goalkeeper.
And then the second before the second wave, I got I think I was applying for like 2 jobs a day like in the first lockdown, and I got a job like laboring and like cleaning people. It was actually really interesting. I was in your part of town for it. There's this like thing where they get you to go and like clean out like veterans, like army veterans, like gutters and stuff, and like old people. It's like, it was kind of rewarding. It was really interesting.
Okay.
And then what else? That, and I was working another dishy job at another place, and then now I got a job like building trucks, which is super random.
Oh,
like putting
cool.
like indicators on and like shit like that.
That's awesome. Is that what, in Melbourne or around?
No, in Wood End, which is like it's like a town like 5 minutes away from us, from Macedon. It was super random.
That sounds really interesting though. That sounds awesome. It's not just like, hey, I'm serving this food to a person. It's like building trucks, man.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I got my own fucking toolbox. They were like, yeah, here's the toolbox. I was like, oh my God, I feel like such an Aussie man right now.
Yeah, wow.
So that's been cool. Yeah, and they came in like, it's weird. Like wearing steel cap boots and all this crazy shit. I'm like, oh my,
Yeah.
I'm such a tradie right now, which I never thought
Yeah.
I would ever be. I thought I'd just be like a weird art boy, but no, it's good fun.
Yeah.
What about
That's
you?
awesome.
Are you working through COVID?
Well, I was working at Royal Melbourne Hospital, and
Oh, shit, yeah.
that was pretty. Some of it was pretty intense. Like I wasn't on the front line. I was probably like second or third from the front line.
Yeah,
It was,
yeah.
so I was pretty good. But I went to the COVID ward because I got this new role to go around and collect just like the document, like medical records from like all the wards. So we went up to the COVID ward, and it's like Chernobyl in there. Like it's people are like all dressed up in hazmat suits, and you know, rightfully so. So it was a bit scary, but my contract ended, so old Sean's just living it up.
Oh fuck yeah. Oh wow. Because did you do like a course for that, or like was it just kind of like you just applied for a bunch of jobs online and
yeah, pretty much didn't do a course for that. I was too busy writing songs to be worrying about.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, shit. Does that I guess it's sort of life experience, but like, does any of that kind of tie into like the music at all, or I don't know, I guess impact on the writing experience or the vibe or anything?
Yeah, like I can think of some songs that maybe have some lyrics about some of the things you experience at work, but also another thing, like at that job, it's like you work like 8-hour shifts, and you like finish at like 11 p.m. So it's like everything's just quiet. So in your head, like you just start hearing songs that don't exist, and you start going a bit mental. But some of the songs that don't exist that you hear in your head turn out to be good songs. So you like hum it into your phone and then just like record it. And it's like, oh, this is sweet.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, wow. That'd be very, very interesting job. Yeah, wow. No, that's cool. Because did you oh, what was I gonna say? I had a very interesting question. Yeah, like would you say that I guess writing helps you like mentally and stuff? Like I guess to like I don't know, letting something out if it's like boiling up inside, or your way of like expressing yourself, like maybe if you're not comfortable telling someone, like is like music like your kind of let it out method. I feel like there's a better word for that, but
yeah, it's kind of like a good excuse to be able to say what you want. Hey,
yeah,
like you can say it in an artistic way, and just like you just can't. No one can question you on it. It's just like, this is how I feel, and you know, I guess if people want, you know, people relate to it, then they're going to relate to it.
Yeah, true. I was going to ask about like the writing process as well. Like, is it hard? This is a thing that I've like struggled with, but is it hard getting out of your own way to like write stuff? Like I have this thing where it's like, I'll like, even like just starting, I almost feel like I had to like allow myself to write like bad lyrics so that I could like just get through the song and then go back and finish it, like go back and like fix it up. Is that a thing like you struggle with, or like
well, I mean, sometimes I have to like full on like get into the mindset of sometimes like doing meditation or things, just like get your mind in the zone. But also I think like I don't know if mental illness is a predication of art or art's predication of mental illness, but like I feel like when you're struggling a little bit mentally, you're more creative. So you just like, you come up with like some sweet stuff, but you know, you feel shit. So it's like, you got to find this perfect equilibrium. Sometimes it never comes, but like, at the moment I'm feeling pretty good. So I've been recording things that I did a while ago, just as demos, just to get them to the guys to see what they reckon and see if it's a song that we could record.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you think your life experience is like super important with that? Like, do you think if you're like, I don't know, I would say you lived a different life, but like big points of like I don't know, like you would have written like this very similar stuff if you'd maybe not gone through something, or like I don't know, felt a different way or a different perspective about like.
Yeah. Well, I write kind of blatantly honest stuff in the sense that I'm not going to pretend like I've had a rough upbringing, like I've had a sweet life. Like, I'm not going to write about, things that don't affect me. I'm not going to write about like people having, prejudice against me for my skin color, because that doesn't happen. I'm not going to, obviously it's going to be like things that, resonate with me, like climate change.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest, there's not a lot of things that you can get angry about when you're a white male.
No,
so
too right, man.
you gotta try your best to find anything that you can. And climate change, I was like, I want this to bloody get sorted.
100%. Like, I don't know if you do you do like much research on that or like keep up to date with it?
Definitely,
I've been doing a bit lately. I'm like, Jesus, like, like it's just so much shady shit that like the government's doing like throughout COVID that it's just like they're not. I guess the media won't broadcast it because it's like because COVID's on TV all the time.
Yeah,
it's like Jesus Christ, like
some of it's crazy. Yeah, it's like I mean, we could go into that for hours.
Oh yeah,
and it would grind our gears over and over again.
Oh, dude,
but like writing for me, like the things I get, like I write most when I'm angry about something, when I'm angry at someone or just like pissed off at like whatever. But I brought up the climate change thing because that was from one of our most recent songs. But it's not always, stop burning things.
Yeah. Fight for the rebellion.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Is it ever daunting to put your like when before you put stuff out, like you're like, oh, like this is like a very like I guess you're probably being quite vulnerable like with like whatever like you're writing about. Is it kind of like oh shit, like I'm afraid people will like, I don't know, be like
insecurities about writing, definitely. Like when I first started writing lyrics, just like showing it to someone was like unthinkable. It's like oh, they're gonna know what I feel, and it's like I think a lot of people have that sort of issue, particularly maybe. I mean, I don't want to, stereotype of it. Obviously, males have a bit of an issue expressing emotions and feelings. But you kind of just got to keep pushing yourself. And I think it kind of selects who is going to be into music and going to pursue music by that. Like, if you give up at that stage and go, I can't like show anyone, then maybe it wasn't meant for you. But if there's something inside that either goes, I really love music, then you're going to like push yourself to show people your stuff and your creations.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Is that like with you? Do you like write lyrics and then just like you just hand it to someone on a piece of paper shaking, just run out of the room?
Yeah, showing people like my own music's like really daunting. I mean, it's also like bad with like showing people like my riffs and stuff. Like I'll show anyone like my songs, but it's more like I don't know. I guess a lot of my songs are quite personal, and they might be about like specific things or specific people. And then I'm like, oh fuck, like what if they find out?
So like, and then you just cover it with a nicer metaphor, so it's a bit, people won't find
I just
won't find out about them.
Try to hide everything behind behind guitars, but But I guess the other thing I think of it too, and is like, I mean, I do really like love, when I do listen to music, I do listen to the lyrics and stuff, but at the same time, like I do like when I first listen to a song, like I'm listening to the riff or like more than I am. So like I'll go back and like listen to the lyrics and stuff. And there's like a lot of times where I'll like go online and like read the lyrics because like I can't either like it's a lot to follow in the song or something like that. But I guess I'm like, well, people will listen to the riff first and then they'll go, if they really want to dive into it, they'll figure it out later.
I definitely agree with you on that one. I write music first before lyrics.
Yeah.
My thought on that was that if you've got good lyrics and shit music, no one's going to listen. But if you've got if you've got good music, like people are going to listen anyway. So if you've got good lyrics or shit lyrics, it doesn't matter. Like you got to have the tune.
Yeah. Oh, true, man. Ah, shit. What were you listening to through? Like, what phase? Tell me your phases, your musical phases. Like, what's some of the stuff? Have you been listening like pretty much the same stuff like since you're a kid, or like did it really? Was there like a time in like high school or something where it's like, whoa, like a new kind of world opened up for you, or yeah,
I
even
mean,
a band, I guess too, like a band that you found, you were like, whoa, this is a thing.
Yeah. So the Beatles were massive, obviously, like they are for most people.
Mm-hmm.
The Rolling Stones were like
Yeah,
a really pissed off Beatles, and that just like, just amazed by that. And as we were talking about before, Wolf Mother. I listened to Wolf Mother for like in year 8, I reckon, like every day, like literally every day, like just
Joker and the
obsessed.
Thief. Oh my god.
Yeah. And the Doors. When I heard the Doors, maybe I kind of, I always wanted to write like more like art music, like in the sense of like not like non-pop music, like just like whatever structure that you feel like it doesn't have to fit into like a thing. And I guess the Doors kind of inspired me to pursue that more.
That's awesome.
But don't get me wrong, I love writing like pop rock, like with like pop structures, like that's fun. But like every now and then you just go, I can't take this anymore.
I
was in the shower before and I was like, what even is a verse and a chorus? Surely is another thing.
I guess there's a bridge, but like even
then, what?
Yeah. Yeah, true. No, that's awesome. So who's your, do you have who showed you all this stuff, or did you find it all yourself? Like, did you just search?
I guess we're lucky that we've got the internet. Hey, like if we didn't, like we'd be pretty bloody limited. Like, I mean, Dad had quite an eclectic taste in like rock, hard rock. Didn't really go into the metal thing. And then you start listening to those bands, and then the internet kind of provides you with all these ripper suggestions. You're just like, no way. So just like spend your time watching these videos. It's just like, it's amazing,
man. Yeah. I found Red Hot Chili Peppers like live somewhere the other day, and they were playing a like Can't Stop, like their big one, but they had like I think it was like a 3-minute like instrumental thing beforehand. I was like, oh, what the fuck, this is so sick. And I've watched it all the time now. It's like
so good. Oh, also, I know you're a White Stripes fan. I mean, the first time you heard them, like the first time I heard Jack White was like, no way.
Really?
It was like,
oh fuck yeah,
as if like looking at his solo tour for his like first 2 albums was just like bon appetit. Just like everything from the performance to the color scheme to everything. It's just like, love it.
Dude, he's created like a fucking proper empire.
Definitely.
I'm trying
I actually got some songs like coming out with soon. I got them mastered at his studio in Detroit.
I think. Third Man Records.
Yeah, Third Man Mastering. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so sick.
Yeah, so it was mastered by the guy who did his latest solo album, I think.
Oh shit! Damn, that's dope, dude. That's was that like were you like fuck yeah when you how did that come about? That's sick.
I was talking to Gus because Gus mixed the ones that are coming out soon. Gus Huvenars, and he was talking to me about talking about mastering, and he suggested some people, and then the idea came to see if we could get Third Man Records to master it. I literally just it wasn't difficult. Like just sent him a thing, and they're like, "Yeah, sick."
That's awesome. That's sick.
Yeah. Tell us the time you first saw Jack White, because the first time I found out about him, I was just like blown away.
Yeah, well, when was the first? I think it was year 10 I got into. It's actually funny. There was a mate, or someone in high school was like listening to them, and I wasn't a huge fan of this person, so I didn't listen to them. You know the thing where like someone you don't like, and then you like they listen to music that you like, and you're like, fuck, I can't listen to that band anymore.
Yeah.
And it was a bit like that, and then I think it was around year 10. Oh, was it year 10? Year 9. I was about 14 or 15. Actually, I started. Yeah, I think it was about then. And Luke and I had been, because he kind of got into White Stripes real hard, and then I was like, oh, what's this? And then I really like fell for him. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just really blew me away, because it was one of those things where it was like, especially with the White Stripe, it was like, it doesn't matter how good or bad the recording is. Like, these songs are so fucking catchy.
The White Stripe stuff isn't particularly pleasing to listen to, but it feels so right. It just like.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like that's such a big thing for, I mean, Jack and Meg White's talent too was just like, I was like, man, like if you can like write a good song that like with like bad production, I mean, having good production, oh my god, like it's such a big deal. But like, I think like just the fact they made it like, I guess old style recordings, you know, don't sound as good, and it sounded like kind of like an old style recording, and they still made it like so fucking cool and like. Oh my god! And then when the Rack and Tears and his solo stuff came in with like really fucking sick production, it was just like like so dope.
Yeah. Have you seen that video of him when he's playing with those guys and he's like got the harmonica mic?
Oh yeah,
like,
he pulls out his guitar.
in his guitar.
Yeah. Oh my god, so cool. Yeah.
Just like those wacky inventions like that, just like so inspiring.
Yeah, 100%. Did you ever see It Might Get Loud? Did you ever see that documentary?
Yeah, definitely watched that many a time.
Every time I watch that, I'm just like, all right, I gotta make a riff now.
Yeah, and that scene where he's like nailing the wood together to make that diddly bow, and he just like
guitar. Yeah,
that's just so like such a badass moment.
Oh fuck yeah, man! I love it. I love it. Is there any songs you remember that you wrote that you were like, hey, I remember what inspired me to do that, or like, yeah.
I remember coming up with the riff for Black Hat when I was about 14 on my bed. I don't think there was much at that time. It's just like, this sounds cool. I'm going to play that. But lyrically, that one come pretty quickly. I wrote it in halves. Like I wrote the first half pretty quickly. And the second half I wrote in my head at work one day on a Saturday, and then I had to keep running back to the tea room to type the lyrics into my phone.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But like some other songs that I remember I remember writing the music more than the lyrics. The lyrics you kind of just like, I can't remember writing. When you're writing lyrics, you're just in another world. You're just like, your mind just doesn't really know where you are.
Yeah. I know. Do you have that thing? I was talking to a few other guys about this on the podcast as well, where I was like it was like the flow state and stuff. Do you write better songs when you do it all like really quickly, or when it's like a really quick, like everything's like, I mean, I've written like a few of my earlier stuff was like all done in like one night, and like I was like, oh, like that's sick. But then when I spend a lot of time on something, I'm still like proud of it and stuff, but I don't know, it just doesn't seem as like as good.
Yeah, it's not as fresh because like you've been going over it in your head for so long that you kind of lose the energy that it had. It kind of just wears off. So
100%.
I think
100%.
I think you're right. Like some of the songs that were written really quick, people seem to like the best.
Yeah.
Like when you like, it's so easy to overdo things. Like it's so easy to overdo things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. It's no, I guess I was doing an electronic project for a while, and I think at the start of the year I was like, oh, look, I don't know what to do. Like I don't know what to like write, and I ended up, I had this folder on my fucking computer, it was called like Cyber Doom, like, right, it was like electronic music is whatever.
Right.
And
okay.
it like made like no sense, but like it's just like it was like really hard to like, I don't know, stay like, it was kind of overwhelming because it was like there's so much, like when you have so much like electronic ideas and stuff, and there's like so many sounds, it's kind of, that's why I love the guitar so much. It's like it's limiting the fact that like, right, you've got this sound. I mean, obviously you can fuck around with guitar sounds for days, but like, I don't know, I started focusing a lot more on like I'd spend an hour trying to find a sound I like on electronic music, whereas like guitar, it's very much more like um like melody stuff, which I really like. I feel like I'm a bit more creative with guitar than because I'll just like spend way too much time like trying to find an electronic sound I like.
Definitely, like you just keep clicking the down arrow to hear the different sounds. At the end
like,
of it, you're just like, what am I doing?
What's next? Like, there's always going to be something better.
So I think if it's like if it's just coming out of an app, like you just got to commit to the sound of it, which is like freeing in a way that you don't have to overdo it. But like, I know what you're saying. Like with the production of these first 3 songs that were released this year, I limited the production of it purposefully.
Yeah.
Because like I knew that I didn't want to overdo. I wanted to like have like the kind of more raw sound for it.
Yeah,
straight up.
That's awesome. Because I remember listening to your live recording compared to like the other one. I was like, oh shit, like it's kind of like it's very different. Like it's cool how like one of them was like very open, and like the live recording, which I really dug about it. There's definitely something to. And I remember watching your video you put up on. I think you put it up everywhere, didn't you? I saw it on Facebook anyway. And I was like, oh, fuck, like, this is so raw. It's so sick. And, like, I love that shit.
Because not many people are doing that now. I think modern production is, like, taking the wall of sound and just, like, multiplied it to, like, there's, like, no depth. And I think when the less instruments and layers you've got, the more dynamics you've got and the more sort of excitement you've got.
Yeah, man. I know what you mean. It's like some of the simplest, like, guitar songs for me, I love. I don't know if you ever listened to like Death from Above. I guess White Stripes are another example of that, where it's just like 2 people, guitar and drums. That's all you need, man.
Like imagine coming up with that riff. Like you just want to like, you've hit the jackpot with that one, haven't you?
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be so cool if I came up. Oh man, if only I came up with that riff.
And I'm glad like you kept it so simple. Hey, just like with do.
Yeah, 100%. It was definitely like a thing in like my music as well. I'm not sure if it's the same with you as well, but like where I'm like, okay, like I really need to not overdo this. Like just kind of really focus on. Like I got to a point where like I'll be like, oh, I just put like 2 or 3 leads in this chorus and like it'll be good, and then you put it in and then you're like, well, and it's just like, oh fuck. That's too much.
You keep like you add one track and then you add the next one, you go, oh, it's all right, but it could sound better, and you keep doing it like more and more tracks, and it just keeps getting slowly worse.
Make it sound pretty big, and then it's
just
Oh fuck yeah.
Like I record demos and then show it to my parents, and they're just like, it's just too much stuff. Like, Sean, take some of the stuff out. There's just too much things going on.
Yeah, when did you learn that as a thing? Like, I guess like discover that was like pretty early on in music. You're like, all right, like I think it's better if I try and like keep it a bit simpler. Or I mean, not simpler, but have less stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Like the simplistic production of it is, I guess you just realize that listening to the songs that you like best, and you go, what is it about these songs that I like best? And you go, right, it's because you can hear the room. It's because you can hear like the energy and the like. You can hear Mick Jagger, like his feet jumping on the ground. You can hear all that. It's like, and you feel that, like the listener feels that. Like if there's like this overly polished production, it's hard to like. There's this like bit of disassociation between reality. I guess it's just like, this is a piece of music, whereas just like this is a performance of just like complete raw art.
Yeah, man. I totally know what you mean. It's like I don't know if you listen to much hardcore, but it's this band called The Chariot. They've broken up now, but they did this one track where it was like their last album. I think they were going to break up after the album, and they're like, oh, let's just do like some crazy shit. And there was one where they put a mic in a room with like the singer who was like did a lot of screaming, and then it was like just piano, like a screaming vocal and piano. And like usually you'd have like someone like screaming, they'd be like heaps of heavy guitars, but it was just like piano playing, and he was screaming over this like really like beautiful melody, but it works so well. And it's like I was like, holy shit, like,
can you send me that?
Yeah, no, I will do. It's insane.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And it's I guess it's one of the like thing that Jack White does as well, but it just like blew my mind because like fuck, like that's like so like I don't know, just the rawness. Like doesn't matter like how good the like recording quality or any of that stuff. It's just like that. And that's it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Is there any stuff you're I don't know, like any stuff in the pipeline that's like quite you would say like quite different to I don't know the rest of your stuff or like with your new music? I like the stuff that like, anything you're making that like, people like wouldn't expect like from your old stuff.
Definitely. Well,
yeah,
we've got a bit of a stockpile of stuff to come out. So what the stuff I'm working on at the moment is, due for release like next year. So I feel like more I feel more like comfortable. In fact, I think it was because people reacted so well to what I'd done, especially Black Hat, which was different and like 7 minutes long, and people liked that. So it's freeing in a way that's the one they liked best because that's the stuff I like writing. Like, so to answer your question, the music I'm working on at the moment is a bit more experimental. There's not a lot of pop structures in it. It's pretty wacky in some of the stuff, and some of it's kind of a bit prog and So but we've also got like this country sounding song coming out this year by the end of the year.
Okay. So that's awesome. That's cool that your longest song too was like a big one because I know like a lot of people like. I mean, your average listener, I suppose, probably listens to most songs like 2 or 3 minutes. Like that's really cool. Like, your biggest hits, like a bigger song. Like that's really awesome.
Yeah, it was mental. Like we didn't. I kind of, to be honest, I didn't expect it getting past like 1,000 plays, really. But at the moment, it's like
I checked 30,000 plays or something. Like, is it?
Yeah, it's over like 36 at the moment. It's just like
shit, dog. Yeah, you guys are going places, man.
It was just so like, I mean, as much as like the numbers kind of flatter you a bit, it's just like it's nice to know that that's the song that people enjoyed, the one that's completely different.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, 100%. Like, it's really cool to see like when, I mean, even and like now like with a lot of the pop stuff. I mean, I don't listen to too much pop music, but like when I do, like it's cool, like the mainstream pop or like I don't know, your typical like big artists, like it's kind of like quiet. People are really getting into different shit. I
definitely.
Even Billie Eilish, for example, like she's very different and people love it. And like Tyler the Creator, and like I'm not sure if you listen to much rap music, but like it's really cool to see like stuff that like I when I listen to, I'm like, oh, this is sick. But like I was so surprised that like, oh shit, like a lot of people like this. I'm surprised.
Yeah. I was thinking about that the other day. Pop music's changed in the last maybe 4 years, and the sort of cliche cringy pop still exists, but it's not as big as it was. Like with Billie Eilish and that, like some really cool stuff coming out that is like mainstream like that. Like if you dissect the song, it's very similar to like blues, really. It's just going like 1-4-5 sort of thing. I like it. I like it, the way pop music's going at the moment, really.
100%. Does your band have any I guess like goals and stuff? I mean, I guess it's kind of hard now, like in COVID, to sort of set goals because you can't play or anything like that. But like I don't know, I guess any like stuff you're like, man, like if we play that place, or like if like we, I don't know,
definitely
like this thing. It'll
be, I've never played the SB. I've never played Cherry Bar, and I've never played the Old Bar. So I really want to play those in Melbourne. Then we're talking about doing a little Australian tour.
That'd be
just
sick.
Up the coast, which would be real fun. And also we got a bigger following overseas in Australia. So the idea was put forward to potentially do something overseas, but that's
that'd
pretty
be awesome.
Far-fetched at the moment.
Yeah, man. Oh, dude, that'd be sick. Well, I am going to Europe next year, so
really?
Hopefully, if COVID's back to normal. So if you could do a tour, I'll fucking come see you guys play.
Oh, wicked! Are you going for a holiday or something?
Yeah, well, I was meant to go. There's this music festival in Amsterdam called Roadburn, and it's like a metal thing, but it's for like a lot of like very experimental like ambient stuff. Like I don't know if you know Godspeedy Black Emperor.
Yeah, awesome.
Like that kind of stuff. But it's really cool because it's sort of like smaller, weirder bands, but like on like with like really high production stuff, which is sick. So I was really pumped to go, and then COVID happened. But luckily they're having the same lineup next year, so in April. So if you tour in April, dude, I'll come watch you guys play.
Wicked. Yeah, I was doing the same thing actually. I was like, oh, I wanted to go to Germany just with like an acoustic guitar or buy one over there and just like play my way around.
Yeah,
just like experience like.
That'd be sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so dope. Oh fuck.
Yeah, that'd be so fun.
Did Ed Sheeran do that? Oh, what was the story about Ed Sheeran doing that? I don't know.
Didn't he like move to London or something when he was like real young and then just like played his way around to Sophia or something?
Yeah, I think so. And like he was like hardcore into
That's
Eminem
cool.
too, which really surprised me as well.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, is there any music you listen to like people be like, oh really? Like he listened to like they wouldn't expect you to like.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely. I think that's the one thing that helps creativity in writing. It's like I think with a lot of I'm gonna say a lot of metal bands when they write things, it seems like they're only writing things. They go into the writing process going, I'm going to write a metal song, like, and that's why it doesn't really sound new and different to me anyway. But I listen to everything from like I love reggae. I love
oh shit. Okay.
I love world music. I love like Indian like sitars, and I listen to a lot of world music.
Yeah.
Something that's surprising.
Because you a jazz guy? You a big jazz dude?
I like everything. I make fun of jazz, but in reality, there's some sick stuff. Like a lot of new jazz is rubbish, I reckon. Like, and I think also, as we were talking before about the production, like the production of old jazz stuff, like,
oh, dude, so raw.
It's next level.
Yeah.
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 I was listening to
jazz stuff. Yeah.
I love Cab Calloway because it's kind of got that it's kind of swing it's kind of jazz but with kind of more pop sort of, because you know there's like vocal lines and melodies. I was in the car with my mate last night listening to some, who was it, Bill Evans or something?
Oh yeah, he's sick. Yep. Yeah,
awesome stuff.
No, that's
sick. Are you a jazz person?
Yeah, a little bit. I remember because I'm in high school and still now, like that was my drummer phase. Well, I still play drums now, but like I was like hardcore into drums, and then I didn't think I was playing guitar at that stage, but I watched the movie Whiplash, and then like I was like, oh my god, and then like I listened to like just like jazz drum music for ages, just like jazz drum solos, and then from there like it just kind of like got into like I listened to like Buddy Rich has this thing online, I think on like Spotify, which is like a whole album of like all of his drum solos he's ever done. So I listened to the shit out of that. I was like, how the fuck is he doing this? And then from there, like Take 5 and like all kinds of cool stuff, and like Charles.
The sound of the snare in Take 5 is just amazing. Hey.
Yeah. Oh, and like I think Take 5 was like where I learned about like time signatures and stuff. Like I guess I'd probably end up listening to it in metal and stuff beforehand, but like that was when I really noticed it. Are you a big? You said before you weren't like much of a big theory guy. Like, do you think theory is important, or do you think it's more of a bad thing for making music, like a good or a bad thing?
That's the thing. I understand theory, but I don't understand what people have named it, what they call it. Like, if someone shows me a thing like that's in a weird time signature, I get the time signature. I can play along to the time signature. No matter how wacky it is, but I can't like tell you. Like, I've been in trouble with that. I have very basic knowledge of that, but composing that stuff is easy. Like, what I do, actually with these new songs, these new kind of experimental songs, I've been recording them like demos, sending it to the other guys, and Rory's like, "This is a weird time signature, Sean. Like, this is like,
Yeah.
pretty wacky.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to like figure it out because there's multiple changes. But yeah, I'm not amazing at theory. I know the basic stuff.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah.
Are you more
not really. I mean, I understand like drum theory because drum theory is like easy, but I apart from that, like not really. I was always really curious, like what it would be like to write a song where it's like, okay, I know this like works here and like kind of writing it out. But I mean, like most of my stuff, like especially like guitar solos and stuff when I'm writing, like it's all just like as soon as I find the first note, like I'm like, all right, like I can work out the rest. But like it would be cool. I mean, maybe it might affect me creatively, I don't know, but like cool to like sort of straight off the bat know where you can go. But then I get worried too because I'm like, I don't want to put myself in a box. Like maybe that might be like not as fun if you like know that it can work in certain places.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Do you have that kind of problem? I don't know.
I do because like yeah, you go right. You think of the notes that can work, and you go right. This is what I've got to work with, and that sometimes holds you back.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you got to just like put that out of your mind and just come up with whatever.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Because it brings with like the next question too, like with your like the school and stuff you went to, like, do you think that your music program had a big help with your musical upbringing, or was it kind of like did they accept the kind of music you were into and like create?
So from year 5 and 6 we had a school band. That was awesome. I love that. So that helped me a lot. Then from year 7 till 10, really school didn't really teach me anything at the school I was at. Very minimal. And then when I went to Bendigo Senior, the music program was amazing. That's why I moved over. It was just next level. And so I guess I had to catch up on a lot of things that other kids from other schools had been taught. But at the same time, I was up for that. Like the stuff they taught, it was amazing. I was so pleased to go to that school.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Was it did they ever like, I don't know, did you ever like play like when you played lunchtime gigs and stuff, was like the teachers or whatever like, oh, like what is this, or like you can't play that? Was it ever like that?
No, they weren't actually. The teachers were well educated in music, obviously, but they did appreciate like all sorts of music. So that was pleasing to know that they accepted all sorts of music.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. No, that's cool. Oh yeah.
Was there prejudice against certain styles of music at your school?
Yeah, well, I went to a Catholic school, and I mean, I don't know. I just knew like I was like I'm never gonna play like any metal riffs I come up with at this school because it's just not going to go down well.
Yeah, I mean when I said before that year 7 to 10 didn't go well, that was because exactly what you said. It was a Catholic school.
Yeah,
it seems like the Catholic schools didn't really like anything that was different or outside.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like, even then, like in high school, like I was very lucky. There was probably like 2 or 3 of us that were really into like indie rock and that kind of stuff and like a lot of different styles. But I mean, even being into metal, like I was kind of the only metal kid, and like, which kind of sucked. but yeah, even like I would probably never play. That was just kind of not even a thing in my head. I was like, I'm not even gonna try play metal or anything.
Right.
And like I would never play it for people. I just like have my headphones on. I'm just gonna listen to screamo like in my headphones because people are probably
right.
Like,
interesting. That was a different approach to what we had. The approach I had was at the school was to just wind up as many people as I could. So I remember when we had a whole school mass in the Bendigo Cathedral.
Yeah.
And they'll like quick, play something. Like there was a time in the mass where they're like what do we play? Like you gotta play something. So me and my friends started playing this like cathedral friendly version of Highway to Hell sort of thing. and then it went into White Unicorn by Wolfmother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking so sick. That's awesome. Did you get into trouble for it, or was it like whatever?
Yeah, I think they were kind of sick of my shit by then. They just kind of let it go because they knew I just keep doing it.
That's awesome. That's so cool. Oh, that's sick. I mean, yeah, like we definitely, me and a few mates, like we were obsessed with like Radiohead and stuff. Like that song Just, played the fuck out of that at like school concert thingies and stuff. But yeah, I was very, very lucky. Like I had a lot of mates who were like, I guess I was very influenced by like a lot of mates at school who were like into indie rock. Like Arcade Fire was like a huge thing for me. I guess I had the best of both worlds, like the metal and then the indie, and then like rock kind of was like the in between thing. So I guess I gravitated towards that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, did you have was a lot of your schoolmates into rock music, or was it kind of not really a thing?
Yeah,
Or were you kind of the only one.
I had my friend Matt who played on drums. He was a massive Rolling Stones fan and that, so we were into very similar styles of music.
Fuck yeah.
And then there was not a whole lot of people who were into the same music. But then again, when you do perform that music, people can sense that it's badass. Like you just have to hear like rock and roll to go, fuck, like this is powerful shit.
Yeah, man. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Is there a scene? What's the scene like in Bendigo? And so you're still in Bendigo, right? You still live in Bendigo?
I live in Melbourne. I live in Carlton North at the moment.
Shit.
But I was from Bendigo. The scene in Bendigo is more. Seems like a lot of older bands, older people playing blues music.
Yeah, I kind of get that vibe a little bit.
Which has its place, but for the stuff we wanted to do, that wasn't going to fit with our agenda.
Yeah, that's awesome. Was it hard to were you ever like intimidated to go out and play because you're like, oh, like people are just gonna like be into blues music, so like
well, I did play a lot of blues music to start out, but I mean, then you kind of just get into that sort of rebellious part of your life where you just want to wind someone up. Like if you get on stage and like just scream into a mic, it's just going to wind someone up. That's just like, that's art. Just seeing someone like annoyed at you.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck yeah, man. Oh man, no, that's cool. All right. Well, when was the first time you sung in front of a crowd, and what was that like? Like,
yeah, I think I might have sung like a teeny bit at school once, and someone come up to me and told me it was rubbish. And then I think when I first played at a pub singing, like an actual venue, I had no idea how to sing. I just thought like, just fake it till you make it. Like I literally just like pretended like with so much conviction, so much confidence that I knew what I was doing, that people were like, wow, like people were complimenting me after it. And I was just screaming into a mic. You had no idea.
Yeah.
So it's just like, if you do it with enough confidence.
Yeah. How did you get into that mindset? Like, did you just kind of tell yourself a lot before? I'm like, nah, I'm good. And then,
it's pretty much just like, when you're in the moment, there's no turning back. Like when you get on stage, there's no like, you can't walk off stage. You can't like,
yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, you have to like fully commit to it, or else you're gonna look like an idiot.
Yeah. Shit, I remember the first time I sung on stage. It was at a Riddles Creek pub. I don't know if you've been to Riddles Creek.
Yeah.
But we had I was doing like I don't know if you ever did year 12 music performance. You probably did. You had to like pick a bunch of songs, and then we had like a band, and we went and got marks for it. But we were doing this pub thing as like, I guess like a bit of a practice. And I just got in this like Ibanez like electric acoustic, and I was like, I saw it online. I was like, oh, that looks like Jack White's like he's like hollow body, like semi hollow body thing. Yeah, I was like, oh, it kind of looks like that. So like, fuck, it would be like that. And so I bought my first song I ever wrote was about like, it was super random. I was trying to like write random stuff, and it was like about a dude who stole like another dude's shoe, and then like this character kind of like went on this whole like journey about like trying to like get the shoe back. It's fucking so sick. Right. I think I called it.
It sounds very Tenacious D.
Yeah. Oh, it's literally like that. And I was like super stoked on it. And I wrote like a few other things at the time too. And anyway, I sung at this pub thing. I was super nervous. It was super terrible. But luckily, like my mum was recording it, but the audio didn't work on it. So when after the performance, I was like, oh, like I did such a fucking sick job. That was sick. And luckily, I never listened to myself back then. And then I got singing lessons for like, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks. And we had this like school performance thing. And I sung, Where Is My Mind by the Pixies.
Yeah.
I like sung that. And I was like, oh, like actually, I got to hear myself back. And I was like, oh, I actually like sound pretty fucking good, eh? Like most people hate the sound of their own voice. And I never really got many compliments that night, but I don't really care. I was like, oh, like, fuck, like, this is sick.
Yeah. And there's a kind of a weird thing about like being happy with like how you sound and that, but yeah, definitely that's awesome if you can do that. Like,
yeah, I was really surprised at it because I was like, oh man, I'm probably gonna cringe at this, but it was really surprising. And like, I was like, oh, actually sound pretty good, eh?
Yeah, actually, I think about because I saw you play a few gigs and we did some shows together.
Yeah,
and I think about the way you guys use that like pad thing to hit, and then like sounds and noises come out. I think about that so often. I'm like, how can I put that in Nationwide?
Oh, the samples.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fuck! I remember we used to. We had like a Dave Grohl sample. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, oh, that is such a cool idea.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, do it. Feel free to steal it.
Wicked. Nice.
Oh yeah, and it's awesome. But yeah, so was when you first like heard your like voice, like was it like people like gave you comments, like were you happy with it like yourself, and then you like, or was it like more when people gave you comments you're like, oh fuck yeah, like actually I kind of like it?
Yeah, I was pretty insecure about my voice, and then people say it's nice, and then you get too confident and start screaming.
Yeah.
And then I've been toning it down ever since then. Yeah, I mean, compliments are lovely.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can do more bad than good though. Sometimes.
Yeah. Boost your ego too much. I have that. I definitely have that. Man, if one person like gives me a comment like, "Oh fuck, I'm so good at this," and and then like I say like, "Oh, actually, no, I need to tone it down a little bit."
Yeah.
That's awesome. Tell me about some of your gear and stuff. Like, what are you like what are you rocking at the moment, like with guitars and stuff, and yeah.
Yeah, so I record mostly with a guitar I made in year 12. Just has, I guess because I customized it how I wanted it, and the pickups just work well with everything. Like there's not a single song the pickups won't do. They're Rickenbacker pickups, and Rickenbacker is just next level, yeah.
Rickenbacker is sick. Yeah. Oh,
and then I record sometimes on my SG and my Strat.
Oh, nice.
They have different vibes, but yeah, mostly that one. I like it. I was actually looking to buy a new one recently because I was like, I like that guitar. There's Rickenbacker pickups, but the guitar, because obviously I made it. I'm not a professional guitar luthier. Like the strings sometimes pop out when you hit it.
Yeah.
So it's like I was thinking about buying like a guitar with pickups, kind of Rickenbacker-ish, even a Rickenbacker perhaps.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that'd be so sick. Rickenbacker basses. Oh my god.
Oh.
It's like
so good.
Living my fucking Scott Pilgrim dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. What's your dream piece of gear? You can only pick one thing. Like if you had it, like your one thing you could have right now, like unlimited money, don't worry about it, but it can only be one thing.
Oh,
it's a toughie. Very tough.
Yeah. I'm kind of just happy with what I got, to be honest. Like, yeah, I just can't imagine. Like, if the string stayed on the guitar when I hit it really hard, it'd be probably the perfect guitar. Like, because they pop off, it's like, yeah. I'm not sure when that guitar comes into my life. I'll be sure to let you know.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Is there any guitar sounds you don't like? Like any like car brands you like, or not necessarily the shape, because I guess everyone's got their own like personal shape, but any like sounds of like pickups you're like, that's not really
yeah, there's a lot of like, I'm not like, I kind of made my guitar sound, and in combination with my amp sound like the antithesis of what I was hearing. So what I was hearing was very scooped sounds, and what I did was kind of like really push the mids, so it's kind of like obnoxiously mid-range to like really cut through the mix.
Yeah, that's it. Are you a Marshall guy? Is that your?
No, I've had a Marshall before.
Yeah,
it was good, but at the moment I'm playing a Vox. Vox. I like the high end of the Vox, and sometimes I crack out the orange. I like the orange, and I've got a black star here, which is I bought it. It's a 60 watt Velvet, and it's just too loud for like anything. Like I can't find, like maybe if I'm playing like Wembley or something, I might consider taking it out, but it's just so loud.
That's awesome.
What about you? Do you have a favorite piece of gear?
Yes. I'll just turn my light on so I'll show you my guitar real quick.
Yeah, because at the moment you look like you're part of the Bohemian Rhapsody video.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, right. There we go. Now you can see the rest of my body. Oh yeah, actually, where is it? Oh fuck, hang on, one sec, I'll get it. My pride and joy.
Wicked.
This her name's Les. Her last name's Paul, and
nice.
It's a Les Paul Studio. It's not like, you know, the best Les Paul or whatever, but like I don't know. I'm just a sucker for like wooden finishes. Like I just like the dark wooden finish.
Yeah. The natural finish. That's lovely.
Yeah,
I just noticed that orange amp in the background.
Yeah, it's not mine. It's Luke's. He can't fit it in his room, so he leaves it at my house, which I'm totally fine with. I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to leave anything else, you just let me know.
Yeah. That's literally what it's like. But yeah, I love it. I really want to get like a Gibson RD bass. I love Gibson RDs. But yeah, so much. A Rickenbacker would be sick too.
Yeah. I'll show you my guitar. You've inspired me. I'll go get it off the wall.
Yeah, go grab it. Oh, hello. Damn. Did you make that?
Yeah, so it's semi-hollow. Here's the little sound holes.
Yeah. Oh,
and these pickups.
Yeah, that's
cool. Made out of Tasmanian blackwood.
Oh shit, that's really rare, isn't it? Is that? Yeah, fuck.
I mean, Tasmanian timbers are like considered probably some of the best in the world. Just they really resonate. Good for instruments. So I was lucky to get my hands on some of that. And the top of it is Tasmanian blackheart sassafras, which is pretty darn rare.
Oh, sick. Dude, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Shit, it's cool enough to play
but that
guitar,
thing sounds
but then
the
you
best.
fucking make the guitar. It's even cooler. Shit. That's dope. That's dope. Would you ever like sell guitar, like make your own guitars and like start a little guitar business? Because I would buy one.
Maybe. Oh, wicked. Yeah. I don't think. I mean, maybe, but it's just like the time that you put into it, trying to get it right. I mean, maybe it'd be quicker the next time because it's like you know what you're doing. But yeah, for the time that you spend on it, I'd have to sell them for a ridiculous price just to pay rent, and I don't think people would want to buy it for that price.
Yeah. Because how long did it take you to like figure it all out? Like, was it pretty hard?
So that was my year 12 woodwork project. So it took really the whole year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So a lot of research into like. Also, there's so much mathematics involved in making a guitar because like you got to get the intonation right. Like, so the distance from the 12th fret to this nut here, has to be exactly the same distance from the 12th fret to the bridge.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah,
like
true.
To like the absolute millimeter, which is like frustrating to like figure out.
So when you're like playing and stuff, is it annoying because like do you notice it when it comes down? You're like, fuck, I'm gonna have to try and fix this again, or like when you got it in, was it like, all right, like it's pretty set? Like, did you have many problems and stuff with that? that stuff in the
Yeah,
beginning?
I mean, I had the help of my dad. He's
Yeah.
a bit of a DIY genius, so I got his help, and my woodwork teacher.
Yeah.
So we kind of there was a lot of trial and error.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit of a fluke, honestly. I can't imagine really being able to pull off something as good as that again.
Yeah. No, that's so fucking cool. That's awesome.
Cheers.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. This is probably a bit of a secret thing, but do you use similar stuff in like that you made in the studio compared to like obviously what you use live, like pedals and stuff like that, and all your amps? Like, is it very similar setups from those two kind of?
Yeah,
stuff?
well, I'm now using a My dad and I made this new amp that I'm using at the moment.
Is that the fucking? I think you put it up on Instagram. It looks sick.
Yeah.
Like yeah. Was it like
It's
like a
mental, eh?
light in it or something? It's like
Yeah, it's got flashing lights,
yeah. I'll
and
link
there's
it
a
in the description,
microphone.
everyone. Yeah, yeah.
Wicked. Yeah, there's a microphone built into it, so you just have to like put a plug in the back, and that goes straight to the PA, so you don't have to mic it up live.
Oh, sick!
That's really
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, dope.
Yeah,
That's sick.
and so I've been using that because I was using 12-inch speakers before that on another cab that my dad and I made.
Yeah.
And the 12-inch speaker was just like it was nice, but there was just the sound in my head. It wasn't exactly what it was, and it took me literally from the time I started playing guitar till like this year or like late last year to figure out that what I wanted was just a smaller speaker.
Yeah.
Like the sound of a smaller speaker sounds insanely cool.
Yeah, yeah. Did you ever
Breaks
try
up
those
more?
those little like those like little mini like pocket Marshalls, the ones that you stick around your thing and then you rock around on? It's like really
No.
tiny ones.
I know what you mean though.
Yeah.
I've played small amps before, but it never clicked in my head that the reason I like this amp is because it's like a small speaker.
Yeah, yeah. It's weird how that happens. Like it sounds fucking like unreal. I guess I mean, I could be totally wrong in saying this, but like I get a lot more of a classic like rock sound from like that, like compared to like that cab, like it's like modern as hell, which is cool for some things, but I know
Definitely,
what you mean, like smaller amps.
Yeah, it kind of accentuates the mids and kind of like distortion from your amp and your pedals is cool, but distortion from a speaker is next level.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, 100%. That's cool. What pedals are you using, or are you comfortable telling? Some people are really secretive about their sound, but
yeah, no, I don't really mind. I'm not a massive pedal guy. I have a small pedal board. It took me ages to get a pedal board. I got it for my birthday a couple of years ago, and until then I'd have to wire everything up like on stage. And one time a sound guy like took pity on me and went to like a restaurant next door, got like a food tray and taped my pedals to a food tray.
That's funny as.
But I'm using a Roto Sound fuzz, which is like a recreation of one from the 60s, I think. I'm using this Vibraverb reverb, which isn't. I like it because like it's not just reverb; it has reverb, but it's like got tremolo on it, so it goes.
Yeah.
So
sick.
Has this real cool effect to it. It's subtle, but like makes a difference. Yeah. And I have this double tracker that this Keeley double tracker that I turn into a bit of a slapback. But the secret to it is that you to make the slapback detuned, so it's kind of like a like a chorused slapback. It's kind of wacky.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Damn, I need to get creative because I usually use like a lot of computer effects and stuff like that. But like, I know like I've watched. I don't know if you spend your time watching rig rundowns, but I spend way too much time watching rig rundowns. And it's so addictive.
I watched the have you seen the one of the rig rundown of Nicholas Arson from the Hives?
Oh no, I'll have to check that out.
It's hilarious. He just doesn't know what any of his stuff is. He's just like knocking on the guitar going, it's good wood.
That's
so awesome. Good.
Yeah.
So rock and roll.
Because what's his I guess take on pedals? Because I watched one with I don't know if you listen to Eagles of Death Metal. But it was cool watching his one because he was like, yeah, I just want the distortion from my amps. Like I want it to be simple, like as simple as possible.
Yeah.
Like is that kind of his take on where it's just like
it seemed to be like just getting the sound from a guitar and an amp. I don't think he was too fussed about. He didn't really know what his model his guitars were either, which is
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Rock and roll. He's
Cool.
got better things to do.
Yeah. What about you? Are you a tone? But do you like really spend the time like to kind of dial in something you really like, or you kind of like meh, like not too much?
I like the excitement of having to use gear that you're not familiar with because it's more exciting. You don't know how it's going to act, but at the same time, it's taken me literally up until now to figure out that I just love the sound of small speakers and also I spent ages trying to figure out what distortion I liked, and I figured it out last year. I've got this pedal. It's a JHS Crayon, and what it is, it's just a replication of a circuit that's from a Neve 1073 preamp.
So dope. Yeah.
It's pretty much like a console. So you just like a cranked console, and it just distorts like this perfect like tape sort of preamp. It's amazing.
Oh, sick. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Are you pretty specific about like tape and then like digital recording, or is it kind of like especially like with Nationwide, or was it kind of like were you like, oh, I just want everything to be done to tape, or were you like, I don't know, you a digital guy? Or,
yeah, I'm really picky about the sound production of the recordings.
Yeah.
So yeah, it depends. Like there's a good application for tape, and then there's some that kind of ruin it and you need the brightness to it. But I've been recently using this UAD software and that has tape emulation and all these different types of tape. I didn't realize how many types of tape there were. Bloody hell. Changes the sound so much.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, I even like listen to like different tape plugins as well. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's
like a whole new world.
Yeah. 100%. It's funny with the whole like Toad stuff. I didn't really focus on much of it until like after I got out of high school and because I mean Luke, because he's a guitar tone queen or king, and like especially he got I'm very jealous. He got a Les Paul, like a proper Gibson Les Paul recently, like the Sunburst. It's like, oh my God, it's so sick. And like I don't know, I never really like cared about like pickups and stuff. I was like, oh yeah, like, you know, it sounds a little bit different, but it's all kind of similar. But then when I heard that, I was like, oh fuck, like I can really tell the difference between that and like a shit guitar. Like that definitely fucking sounds really good.
Yeah.
That fucking blew my mind. Yeah, it's crazy when you hear like good gear and you're like, you never really, I don't know, I never really thought about it, and then I was like, oh, like I get it now. Yeah, I was gonna say this is a bit off topic, but I'm asking everyone this: do you have any ghost stories?
Ghost stories?
Yeah, any weird stuff that's been happening, or like any?
Well, my mum's side, like the stories of their paranormal experiences are to an extent where I don't think I can say some of them just because I'd need their permission, because like it's pretty fucking intense shit.
Yeah.
But I haven't had any experiences. I'm the only one on mum's side of the family that hasn't really had any experiences, and
do you worry about that maybe you're gonna get like one really big experience when you're older or something?
It's just like building up to like see. Like mum's had like multiple but I haven't yet, and I want to. Dad just
bring on the supernatural.
Yeah, I don't think Dad's into that. Oh, do you watch Taps, like Ghost Hunters?
Oh, I watched a little bit. Yeah.
It's amazing. Honestly, you got to get stuck into it.
I should definitely do that. Yeah. Do you believe in ghosts? Are you like
definitely? Yeah, massively into the paranormal. Sure, like yeah. I mean, what about you?
Blew my fucking mind. Oh my God.
Are you into the paranormal stuff?
Yeah, I actually talked about this a lot on a few other podcasts because I ask everyone, but I had this really fucking weird experience recently. Actually, I mean, I've had it like a few like small things, like, you know, you hear noises at night, and you're like, oh, what the fuck is that? But I had this really weird one where, you know how like you have, I think they call it lucid dreams, when you're like, oh, I think I'm kind of awake, but you're not really sure. I had this really fucking weird dream where there was this like thing like running at me, and it was like trying to like bite my neck. And like while that was kind of happening, I was like kind of like half awake, and it isn't quite a cold. My room is like quite a cold room. We have like a wooden fire in the other room, but it doesn't really like circulate to my room. My room's usually pretty cold, which I kind of like. But it was really weird because the room was really cold, and I like sleep without a shirt on, and like I had my arms like kind of like hanging out, and it was really weird because I felt this. I like swear to God, like this like hot like breath like on my neck, and like as I was like in that weird thing of like waking up and that like thing like supposedly biting my neck or whatever. But it was so weird, and like it felt so fucking real, and it was so strange, and it was like 2 or 3 in the morning or something, and I was like, whoa, like that's so fucking weird. And I don't know, I couldn't explain it. And then I put some like music on like after I woke up, because I was like, I need to fucking chill out, because like that was weird. And it was so weird too, because like I was in a cold room, like that like hot like breath on my neck like felt so real. And like, you know how like I don't know, like you feel like tingles or whatever, like I felt like tingles on my neck, like, and I was like, oh my God. But it was so weird. That was the only like thing that ever happened. I was like, whoa, like I cannot explain that. Like that's weird.
Are you in an old house?
Well, kind of. Before Ash Wednesday fires, we lived in Sunbury, but everyone, like all of the houses in this street, except for one house, got burnt down. Our house got burnt down. No one was like died in the house or anything like that. But like maybe because we rebuilt this house like after that, because we bought it, and then but we think that maybe, I don't know, some fishy shit going on. I mean, who knows?
Yeah. Well, you're on a burial site, a long lost burial site, maybe.
Probably. I mean, because I mean, we had like the gold rush, like right, like apparently, Macedon was like a big point, like a halfway point between Bendigo and Melbourne, and people would stop and stuff. I don't know. Maybe someone was like murdered underneath my room, and they've come back to breathe on my neck. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Shit like that.
Yeah. First the gold rush, now Will's neck.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, such a weird experience. But yeah, that's like the one thing that like
that's really fascinating.
Yeah. I mean, I went to Tasmania a little while back, and went to the famous jail there. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, like you go inside like some of the old like places where they like lock people away to what's like the maximum security prison or whatever they call it for those days, like the old ones, and that they'll like, as a prank, they'll like lock you in there, be like, oh, see how long you can survive in this completely.
Oh yeah, like solitary confinement.
Yeah, and like we did like a little tour of that, and like I was like, oh, this is fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely it's definitely
the jail thing. Sorry. There's a lag, and I keep cutting you off. I'm sorry.
No, it's so weird. I think it's like a weird lag. But yeah, no. What would you say?
Because Bendigo Senior is built like it's an old jail, like it's the old Bendigo jail. So the music room was the old warden's quarters.
Oh shit.
And obviously there was the cell, like all the cells next door with some famous prisoners stayed. But like. Yeah, one time we were jamming in a music room. Teacher walks around and walks past us. We see her walk past the door, and we didn't think much of it. We're still jamming, you know. Yeah. And then she comes in the room. She's like, I just saw like someone walk down here, so I followed them to see where they're going, because they were going into the staff kitchen, and there's no exit from the staff kitchen. And she's like, got there and there's no one there. I was like, fuck. I just walked past us jamming. Also, there's a basement in that room, in the old warden's quarters, that was literally drilled shut. Like, you couldn't go into the basement underneath. So I was like, fuck.
Really weird. That's weird, man. Oh, shit. Yeah, wow.
So that's fascinating.
Because I heard a weird, so we're totally rambling about this. I know we're supposed to be talking about music, but there's...
No, this is fun.
Yeah. My parents went on this holiday. Actually, no, it was my mom and my sister went to Canada, and they stayed in this hotel. Apparently there was like a big, like a guy murdered his whole family, like really brutally in this hotel. And mum and my sister were staying on like the same floor that had happened. And apparently, like after obviously everything had happened, they'd like cleaned it all up and like people were staying there again, and like shit kept happening, like in the, people kept like hearing things and like all this kind of weird shit. And then eventually they were like, nah, like there's too many complaints about this room, like let's just lock it off. So it was really weird. They were walking around, they have like all the numbers and stuff, and then like there was one door that didn't have a number on it because like that was the room where like all the weird shit happened. And I was like, man, like that's really strange. Like I don't know, like there must be some, like I don't know, just like weird evidence, like yeah, like I don't know, this weird supernatural thing. Like maybe there's something to that whole. I don't know.
Yeah, like some of the things you just like I'm like I'd always look for like the logical explanation, as most people would, but like some of the things you just can't explain. Hey.
Yeah, 100%. I suppose you probably like any weird ghost hunter shit that you're like, wow, that like seems really real. Or like,
there's this one, right? I send it to people just when they like
just to freak them
question.
out.
Yeah, when they freak them out when they question if paranormal stuff's real. I just like, there's this link and there's these people. It's on Ghost Hunter, like Taps or whatever it's called, Ghost Hunters. And they go to this hotel in like Canada or something where a French princess stayed or something, right? And she died in there, I think. And right, they went into the room with recorders and they have like, you know, like heavy compressors so you can hear like the slightest noise and stuff and like frequency. And they're in there talking. It's like, you know, doing the usual sort of, can you hear me? We're here doing da 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 da.
Yeah.
And they don't hear it at the time, but then they, after it, when they're in post, like checking if they heard anything, like days later or whatever, in it, they're like, can you hear me? And you can hear a woman just going, of course I can. Like, where are you? So it's kind of like, it's like it's a parallel universe. It was so weird. And then when she can't find who's talking to her, you hear this scream. Like it's almost as if she's in a universe where she can hear like ghosts talking to her. It was just the wackiest shit. I was
That's
like,
fucking weird.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy shit.
Oh, it puts shivers down my spine just thinking about it. It's just,
that's something to think about, man. Like that's, oh fuck. Because like I mean my dad used to be a like a news reporter, or not like a news reporter, but he used to like do the filming and stuff. Apparently they had this one time where they were filming outside like the Melbourne, I think it was Melbourne Cemetery, a big cemetery somewhere in Victoria, and like they'd go in, they had all their gear and stuff ready to like set up, and then they go in, their gear wouldn't work, and they'd go outside the cemetery and the gear would work again. It's not like that's a weird shit like that. It's like, how the fuck? But it's interesting. One of the other guests pointed this out. Michaela Kearney, shout out to Michaela Kearney. She's like this cool designer person. Anyway, she was on a couple episodes ago. And she was like, yeah, like I think when people die, because everyone's got like energy inside them, right? Like, and the energy has to go somewhere. And like maybe like I guess like if you're murdered in a really brutal way, like, you know, you have so much energy and adrenaline inside of you, like I guess that kind of has to go somewhere. And maybe there's some sort of weird, I don't know. With that, I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe. I also had this other theory that like, I had this other thought that maybe like when you die, you don't know you're dead. So like I was wondering like I could be dead already. Like, am I dead or not? Because like, I feel if you die, your body wouldn't be able to compute it. Like your consciousness would just live on, and you'd see the world as if you've like the way you've imagined it throughout your whole life, and you just wouldn't know you're dead.
That's a good point, because that was like a thing that I thought about too. Because it's like, well, what if you're old and you have like dementia, or you can't like think straight and stuff? Like what happens then if you like, you know what I mean? Like when if you're kind of conscious of like everything you've learned over your whole life, then like, like do you still have that like memory loss or something?
Yeah, where like what state do you regress to or progress to when you're...
Yeah. Oh fuck, these are the real questions.
Yeah. What do you do in interviewing people about music? This is where it's at.
Fuck, I need to start a horror show, man.
That'd be amazing.
Oh fuck, true. Any other weird shit? Fuck, that's very cool.
Not that I can tell you about, because some of the stuff on Mum's side was pretty intense. But would you ever be up for do you reckon you'd ever be up for like trying to find like sitting in a room with a recorder and like...
Yeah, man, I'd fucking be down. I mean, I feel like if something happened like afterwards, I'd be like, nah, fuck that, never doing that again. But like, I'd be down. Like, I reckon that'd be really cool.
That would be nuts.
Yeah, I'd love to like there's so many like asylums and stuff around, like abandoned shit in Australia. Yeah. Apparently, I did a little bit of research a little while back because I wanted to learn more about. I think it was weird. After school, I got really curious about like World War II and stuff, and I started looking into a lot of like all the shit that went down, like the concentration camps and stuff. And actually, it was funny when I was looking at traveling. I was like, oh, I really want to kind of go and like go to some of those places, because even though it's like really brutal inside, like just to kind of find like, you know, what it was like. And I feel like it's just kind of a thing that's good to know, like even though it's such a dark time in human history, like it's kind of good to, like, people have to know what happened and like learn to like don't do that again, because it's fucked. And anyway, I was doing some research on it. Apparently there's a lot of weird like shit, like ghost kind of things, like when, you know, people go through concentration camps and stuff, like they, you know, see things and like a lot of weird shit happens. So I do wonder, like you know, I guess because it's kind of very brutal time, like a lot of people died and stuff, and like what it's like there, like if everyone's ever done any, I don't know, ghost stuff there, or because, you know, there must be like, if there's like that whole dark energy and stuff, like, you know, if you've been brutally murdered,
that'd be the place to do it.
Like imagine what it'll be like there, like kind of crazy stuff, you know. But yeah, it's very interesting. I'm also fascinated by the military history, and it might be disrespectful to probably do a ghost hunting there, but, you know, if you're quick, we'll let you in. No, dude, I don't think I could do it, man. Like I would like, it'd be interesting if someone else did, but like, oh man, like if there's something bad, there's something real bad. Like like,
and it might be a bit traumatizing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's wild place. Well, shit. Fuck, good chat, man.
This was 2 hours, was it?
I think we started at like 5:40. I think round about. Yeah, shit, nice. 2 hours, dude. I think it's like the longest podcast. I think we just like rambled on about ghosts for like half of it.
That was fun.
That was
thanks for having me on, Will.
Dude, no worries, man. Like, thanks for coming on. When you guys bring out new shit, let me know. We'll have you back on, and
that'd be sweet.
Talk about it. And we'll get your band on, and it'd be sick.
Awesome.
Super interesting, dude. Oh, it's very cool.
Nice. Yeah, no,
chat.
I love the podcast idea. When I first saw it, I was like, that is a cool idea. Like, there's not really that I am aware of in like Melbourne or anywhere. Just like interviewing and getting to know like amateur, like not amateur, like
I know what you mean, like
artists and creative people.
Yeah, 100%. Like, cause I love talking about like, I guess it's kind of quite a deep topic, I suppose, like talking about people, like how they do all their creative stuff. And I was like, man, like I really want to know more about people. And I thought it'd be really cool too, because like, you know, when people bring out new stuff, like I can like be like, hey, everyone listen to that, or you know, like it'd be cool to like, you know, get everyone to like find new stuff locally. And I love it. But yeah, it's been very interesting. I've learned a lot of shit.
I was actually watching
tips too. Like, it's cool.
I was watching your last one today. I was like, oh, this is sweet.
Yeah. No, dude, it's so cool. I watch a lot like of my stuff back too, like just to kind of like, I don't know, it's weird. Like I learn a lot. But yeah, thanks for coming on and sharing all your secrets.
No worries. Thanks for having a chat. That was enjoyable.
No, 100%, man, 100%. Well, yeah, dude. I'll let me know when you bring out new music, and we'll have more fat chats. And a good luck with all COVID and stuff too. And oh man.
Yeah, and after COVID, we'll catch up at a bar somewhere, and we'll be having some beers together.
Yes, oath. And I'll fucking come see you guys live, and we'll play a gig. And it's gonna be so good.
Heck yeah, it's gonna be mental.
We're gonna be so famous.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. Well, I'll catch you in the next one.
Excellent. See you.
Catch you, dude. Bye.